Hey guys, this is Tigaza in Roblox Studio. I thought I'd update you on my latest project. I don't know if you can see from the actual title of this project. It's, you know those printed hologram stickers that you get? Those old type stickers. I don't know if they're still in operation now. Well, I've designed my own one in Roblox under the same sort of concept, where you get a picture that's sort of broke up into red, green and blue, and you get two different sides to the sticker or the hologram, if you like. So what we got printing here is a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog, if you don't already know him, and I've done exactly the same thing as that hologram. So from this angle we see him facing the camera, and as we pan round we should see it change like so. Now he's following us round. This has taken me best part of about 2 days to work out how to do. So the concept behind the actual hologram is there's actually two pictures here where I'm sort of if I can actually show you. It's a bunch of bricks coloured with the red, green and blue. I just sort of split them up, as you can see here when we get really close, and then all I've done is just put a glass bit in front of it just to diffuse it, if you like, because I'm using neon colours or neon bricks to make it hologram-esque, like, if you like. So the way I'm doing it is, if I actually stop that, I'll show you. The concept behind it is basically, let's just say that is one screen there. Let's just say that, a bunch of pixels. And then what I'm doing is I'm creating another screen right next to it, but rotating it just slightly and moving it in, sort of thing. So then we see this side from this angle and this from this side. That's basically what I've done with that big picture. So if I run it again, the way I've got it, I'm able to print out any kind of picture exactly like this. I could almost do animations like this as well. It's just a matter of rendering the frames. This is the slowest bit of rendering it. So there we go. There's Sonic on this side. Yeah, if you get too close, the illusion sort of fails. So there he is. Let's move over to the other side. There you go. I'm actually thinking about maybe adding one in the centre, so I don't know how that would work. You see the two of the sides plus the one in the centre. I haven't got that far yet. So the code is as follows. Yes, I was doing a lot of testing. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking two images that I've converted to ones and zeros, or hex if you like. Then I'm actually not using my transparency thing because it didn't look right. Then I'm sort of creating one screen, rotated it by 45 degrees I think, and then at the same time of creating that screen, I'm creating the second image at the same time. That's why it's slow. So the script is as follows. I've got some offsets for the different colours, because the screen that I'm making on the fly, I've got, let's just say this is red. Let's actually colour it red. I do. Then I've got green and blue. So let's do that to green and that to blue. That's the one. So I've got a bunch of those. next to each other, kind of like that, in different rows, and of course up as well. Let's put some let's put my lines back on so we can actually see the blocks. There you go. So that's basically how the image is actually made up from just RGB. I could have done it with 1 pixel, but I thought try splitting it out and make the block size small to see if it actually makes the picture. Because the original picture that I made, that I got the idea of making the hologram, was this one. Just basically making a picture from the RGB values, and then from that I got a crazy idea of making a hologram, and I actually made it work, as you saw. So this is the original. Oh, wait a minute, I just loaded up the same one again. Oh, right, there we go. Yeah, you see, this is was me working out what was what, sort of thing. So let's play this, and I'll show you the original that I came up with. Right, so we get the screen loading like before, and this image is not a hologram. It is just made up of the red, green and blue blocks. So if I get really close, you see that? Got red, green and blue, or maybe in this case it's yellow. I don't know exactly what's going on there. It's meant to be red, green and blue, like that. That's almost looking like crayon. Hold on, what colour is that? Might be a bug in my code. Come on then. Olive. Okay. Magenta and cyan. I thought it was cyan. That's meant to be red, green and blue, but whatever. I guess I messed up on the coding. But as you can see, it's actually printing the image. So this is what I was going to show, but then I had an idea of making that hologram. Where are we? This thing. Or should I say the example that I'm showing? Yeah, as you can see, it's a lot more laggier than the other one. So wait for it to render, and it might be because I'm recording at the same time, so whatever. Yeah, so it's a bunch of parts basically. Let's actually close that other one down. Oh. Right, there we go. That should make things a bit quicker now. There we go. So that's how I come about actually making a hologram in Roblox. So as I was saying, the code behind it, I'm making offsets, like I said, with the red, green and blue from the actual segment size, which in this case is half a stud, if you like. Then I'm creating an empty table for all the pixels, that's both sides. Then I'm calling the tables, or shall I say the pictures if you like, and setting the width and height to the first image, width and height, because the table itself is basically that. And that's the same for the second one as well. So they're basically the same image width and height. Then this brightness is basically how bright it is on the screen. If I put that down to 0, you'd barely be able to see this. But I think the way I've got it at the moment, it looks good. If I can get rid of the lines as well, that'd be perfect. I just have to work out how to do that. I might even just combine the red, green and blue and get rid of the offset thing. This was just a test to see if I can actually do it. So after that, that was, as I said, it was meant to be for transparency in the image, like sometimes you get transparency in a image and things. I left it in there, but I haven't actually got it hooked up. I think that was to do with the transparency, where if it come across the transparency color, it would hide the block. But the way I'm sort of designed it, it looks a bit funny. So I left that in for future, if you like. So after that, I'm checking to see if there is already a screen inside the workspace, a model named screen. If it is, then it hooks the screen up to that. If it's not in the workspace, then I create one. So basically just that. Then I create a reference part from just hanging into memory. It's not parented to anything. And I'm just setting the part style, if you like, and it's actually referenced back to part. Then this function here is basically just the glass in front, where I'm just offsetting it from the screen itself or the picture, and offset it 1 or just off the part that's actually got the picture. And the way I've done it is I find the pixel or the color, if you like, or the part, and then if it's it will have all the sort of the color material and things, and I've just changed the material to glass and set its transparency to 20, 0.2 even, and its reflectance back to 0. I think I was playing around with that beforehand. Yeah, I think I was just playing around. So that shouldn't really be there, that reflectance, because I'm not even changing it in the first place. Then I'm setting the glass parent to the screen, so it's the same place as the original pixel. And of course setting the can color to force it to save on lag. Then I'm offsetting that part, or the glass part, to the original part times an offset of 0.5, which should be the seg size. So whatever. So that should really be seg size times seg size. Oh well. Oh, I did actually do part A and part B. I forgot I did that. It's been a week since I should really do these videos when I do the actual coding, but whatever. I find myself sort of going away after doing something epic like this, if you can call it epic, that is, and then end up recording it a week later and thinking, what did I do here then? Yeah, so what I'm doing there is I'm using table A as the image A for the pixels, and then the same for the second image, or in this case Sonic Mirror. So A would be Sonic and B would be Sonic Mirror, which is the one that we're looking at now. So this one over here is Sonic 1, or Sonic, just Sonic, and that's Sonic Mirror, basically. So that's a table to hold the two, basically, or should I say the same table but just two different sides of it. Then I'm going through the width and height of that image, of the first image, because they both use exactly the same width and height. It would look a bit weird if you had different sizes. So I kept them both at the same size. Then I'm setting the size to the seg size divided by 3, because we've got 3 colours, red, green and blue. So then I'm creating the red pixel from that part that we cloned above. So basically, where are we? This thing here. So I'm cloning that setting its color to red, and of course that's where the brightness comes into it, so it depends on what shade of red it is. The same for blue and green, and of course I'm offsetting all three of them to where a normal brick will be in the space of red, green and blue. And I'm sort of offsetting them to where they should be, and there we go. I'm angling it by 45 degrees as well. So it's a bit complicated. Let's just draw in the screen for both pictures, and then I'm just referencing those two in the pixel map global table. Like we've got red pixel, green pixel and blue pixel for both sides basically. Then this function here is so overused in my programs. It's just basically just a way of splitting up string using the space key, if you like. So that's basically what it does. It just returns a table. So I'm splitting up the image data using that function, which is, let's just say we got a table like, I don't know, or should I say a string, like, I don't know, something like that. So if I call split str, that would return a table like that with the values it's just basically an easy way of actually creating a table, because there should be quotation marks around that, but whatever. It's basically just that. That's all that function does. It just returns that. Or should I say, returns that. So that's basically what that split does. It's not really my coding, it's just something I found online because I was lazy at the time. So yeah, so I'm just putting the image data into a table because my exporter puts it out to a string. Because I had the idea of making it compatible with other things, like it doesn't have to be Lua or Roblox Lua. It could be another program somewhere. Basically just compatibility sort of thing. Then I'm setting a key, or should I say the actual thing itself, the color value for image A, VA, which is normal V because we only using the first image data, and for VB is image table B, and of course the same index as K, what that is for the image A, because they're both exactly the same same width and height basically. Then I'm setting, or should I say cutting up that value where I'm sort of got a hex value like that. Might be too many zeros, but whatever. So I've got, I don't know, let's just say I've got that value inside the actual table itself of the image data, where we got, I don't know, etc. all the way through. So the first one would be that where red, if you ever do string sub, if you know that function, I'm basically taking that first one and I'm cutting from there to there, and that'll be it for red. For green would be FF, and blue, would be a V basically. And of course for the that's for image A, and then image B I'm doing exactly the same thing. And of course 2 number string sub hex always returns a value between 0 and 255. So that's how I'm converting it from hex to a number, just using a internal thing. Then I'm colouring each pixel of each image of the image to that colour, and of course the shading is set by the brightness. Then I'm drawing the actual glass itself from that pixel, and of course I'm just waiting a little bit, like if the X value gets to the width and then returns, it just pauses at that point, otherwise it would completely lag down the studio. And that's basically it. If I comment out this little bit, we should see a lot of neon and we won't be able to see anything. Right, stop it. Wait for it to register. This might take a little bit of time. Come on, Roblox. Come on then. Are you even doing anything? There we go. Finally. Right. So let's have a look. This is just taking off the glass itself. So we should just see a white screen basically. Lovely. So this is the effect that putting glass in front of neon is like. So let's create the glass by doing this. Move that up and move that way. So let's put that to glass. Where's glass? There it is. Let's put that colour back to 0. Oh, or 1. So what was the glass value? Oh, 0.2 is it? It doesn't look transparent to me. Right, there we go. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing with the glass. .6. Let's try 0.75. Yeah, so most complex way of actually doing the glass, but it works. And of course, I was, I think I was in a, I don't know, a weird mood when I did it. So that's just the same. So without the glass and with. Just a little thing that I've figured out. So let's put that back exactly how it was and let it render. What I'm thinking of doing later, I may not do it, is I'm thinking about possibly doing a little animation with this kind of thing, where you see one animation at one angle, and then when you move over to the other side it will sort of change to a completely different animation or something. That'd be quite cool. And I'm actually quite surprised how well this is actually working for just by doing this sort of thing. Look at that. Yeah, so that's basically what I've just been working on. I've just really wondered if it was possible to even do a hologram like this on the computer. And of course, as you can see, it is possible. I don't know if anybody else has actually done it in a game somewhere. If you can think of a game where it is actually in, I would like to see it. So that'd be quite cool. Anyway, this has been Tigazo in Roblox Studio on my old style hologram sticker, if you like. And I'll catch you guys later. And I'll be putting this down in the description down below, so you can actually play around with it. And of course, I'll leave the Sonic images in where they are at the moment, so you can basically see what I'm doing. Anyway, this has been Tigaza, as I've just said, and I'll catch you guys later. Tigaza, signing out.